And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. That's the beginning. Amen. I greet you all in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ. Amen. This is Refilwe Monyebodi, the only daughter. I want to emphasize the only daughter to Mama Hai, le Papa Hai, and the only sister to the younger brothers. Amen. So I'm blessed. I know her when my parents say that we want to name her Refilwe. They were happy, you know. They were given. That's what my name means. It means given. So they were given an only daughter. So I am a gift to my parents. And maybe it's a bonus. So they were looking at me, so very Refilwe. Amen. So as the intro, or should I say the bio, it says, I was just an ordinary person, working 8 to 5 and trying to get more qualifications. I think when I started being sick, I registered for my honors in financial management. And when I was supposed to write, I was not okay. So I remember it started in February. Yeah, I was not okay. But this is what was the second attempt. Because the first attempt, I couldn't because I was overwhelmed with work. And by that time, I was doing also modeling, you know, trying to pick up in the modeling industry and whatnot. So because I was traveling to Bloemfontein most of the time, and we were working up until 3 a.m., so I couldn't even finish my assignments on time. So I decided that no, I'm not going to carry on. But the time when I got a moment to carry on, the devil was like, what are you saying, Wena? Then that's where I started being sick. So I started being sick 2019. It was in April. I remember I was with my sister, Kauhailo. We were at Molodo. So I was going to Nelspruit that morning. They was like, yo, you must go help Roy that side, what he needs help and whatnot. Then I was like, okay, we'll fly on the Monday. It was a holiday. So the Saturday, when I came back from Molodo, because I didn't stay the whole Good Friday conference, I came back Saturday evening. That's where I noticed that for the first time in my life, my legs were swollen. And I was like, yeah, remember on Friday of the Good Friday, I was the MC. So I thought maybe because I was the MC, I was going up and down and, you know, dancing at church, you know. So maybe that's why my legs were swollen. My mom rubbed me. That's what we do. That's the first sign that it says, there's something wrong, but because it's the swollen legs, you know, you don't pay attention to that. So I was like, we're gonna rub these legs and they will be fine in the morning. The morning, they were fine. I woke up, it was a Sunday, I rested, I packed my bags. Then on Monday, we took a flight to Nelspruit, me and my colleague. Then we got there, and Tuesday we started working. But when I came back Tuesday, that I'm getting swollen. but maybe it's exhaustion, fatigue, and all that. So I didn't pay attention to the signs. Those were the first signs of kidney disease, but lacking knowledge in this, so I didn't pay attention that it might be kidney disease. It's like I didn't know. Let me not say that I didn't pay attention. I didn't know the signs of kidney disease. So I carried on with my life, and then I was always swollen. So one morning, one dawn, yeah, I went to the loo. Then when I got to the loo, I came back, I was a bit dizzy. Then I came back and I slept. That when I was sleeping, there was a whistling sound when I was breathing. Then that whistling sound was like, no man, what's happening? Then I had like that urge to go to the loo again. But I like to myself, I just went to the loo just now. So do I have to go again to the loo? And I was like, okay, fine, let me go again to the loo. So I went to the loo, came back to the loo, I was so dizzy. Then I felt like, no man, I'm lightheaded and all that. Then I knocked to my parents' room. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not feeling well and I feel like I can't breathe. Like it's like an asthma attack. So my mom was like, let me use my asthma spray on you and let's see. By that time it's around 1 or 2 a.m., I'm not sure. So they used the asthma pump on me. I don't know what happened. Maybe I fell asleep, but I woke up in my parents' room. Then my mom was like, I'm taking you to the doctor. Then we went to the doctor. Then when we got to the doctor, then the doctor was like, Refilwe, we did the test. This is very serious. You need to call your dad now. They must take you to the hospital as we speak. So my mom called my dad. My dad had to knock off, come back. Then he took me to Mulmed. That's where the relationship with me and Dr. Mashilwane started. So he did the test and he told me that unfortunately it's stage 1 kidney disease, which is minimal, it's primary minimal disorder. So we need to put you on treatment for now. So I was on heavy treatment, your steroids, your vitamins, and the other pills that I cannot even pronounce, the medical terms. Medical people, they think, we are just going to use bombastic words. So then I went to Mulmed. Then he said that I need to admit you same time. The medical aid is again. The doctor will say it's critical, and the medical aid will say, no, Akasia, we don't work like that here. We don't work with critical, we work with proof. So before we authorize, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can admit you. Medical aids. They don't even care if it's the doctor who said that. So the doctor was like, no, you need to be admitted. But the medical aid was, doctor, this person must first go back to the GP, get an authorization, and come back. Yeah. So, and I asked myself, like, who's superior? Is it the GP or the specialist? Like, what's going on? But I was like, okay, it's fine. And then it's like, it started to open my eyes into a lot of things, So, going back and forth, failing with the medical aid, then eventually I got admitted and then I got the help that I needed. Carry on with my life, gaining weight, having marama mole because of the steroids, lerahunyana, kefanyana, then I was like, yeah, this is the kind of medical I need now, that brings the weight into the right size, right parts, So yeah, I enjoyed the stories at Nyokobulela Maka, even though they are heavy, but yeah, they gave me the curves there and there, you know. So Ausma narata ho dlala ka maramaka. Because of nekena le maramanyana ko re ba tlile ba dlala yena le evidence every time. You sto tla sa ka marama, you know. And I like that word. My mom didn't love that word. My mom hated that word. He was like, yo, no, man. You need to lose weight. And then they make you eat. The steroids make you eat. So he was like, when I like at 2 a.m., you have to wake up and eat. Like, can't you sleep and you'll eat in the morning? I was like, no, I'm hungry now. So I need to eat now. Go Moroccan evidence was like, how many? Oh, it was Jan. Jan was like, how many times do you eat when in a day? Because you just eat now and you're gonna eat again. But I enjoyed that moment, you know, when I eat and don't care about anything else, that you gain weight and whatnot. So I enjoyed that moment. So fast forward to 2022, I started feeling pains at the back, and then I started having feeling a lump. It was a size. It was like a pimple, you know. So I remember that time I was knocking off early. I was like, no, I need to go to the hospital, but I didn't tell Asumabu about the lump that I'm feeling. I only told her about the pain that I'm feeling at the back. So she was like, okay, it's fine, you can knock off early. Then I knocked off. Bona, already packed inside. Gore in the morning, where I'm going to be admitted. So I packed my bags already. Then I went to Moment. Then it was like, no, we're admitting you. Then I called Osma, I was like, yeah, they are admitting me. So on admission, they did the test. Okay, they started with the lump. They was like, no, we don't feel anything. It's only you who's feeling something. And I was like, Mara, I feel it. This pimple, I feel it. It's inside. But they didn't, when they did the whole breast examination, they didn't feel anything. A whole doctor didn't feel anything. So I was like, okay, if the doctor saying that it's nothing about, then it's nothing. We don't have to worry. So I carried on with my life. So carrying on with my life, the pain that I was feeling at the back, only to find out that I was diagnosed with the TB of the spleen. So now I have to be on medication for 9 months for TB and also for the kidney. Don't forget the lump that I was feeling, Mina, inside. So we ignored the whole breast cancer thing, because of that's what I was thinking of, what if it's dead? But we ignored it because the doctor was like, no, you're fine. I was like, okay, we are fine. So we moved on, then it started growing. So when it started growing, then I noticed like, no man, there is something wrong. The doctors are wrong. For the first time, I was like saying the doctors are wrong, and the doctors can be wrong sometimes. It's like, no, this thing, man, I feel it, you know. You know when there is a thief in your house, you can feel that, but no man, there is a thief in my house. So I was feeling like, no man, there is a thief in my house. It's coming here to steal and to destroy me. So I prayed about it, you know. And I was like, God, I pray and hope that it's not cancer. Then I carried on. Then only to find out that my mom was always checking it every single day. It's like, Mara, doctors are saying what, Mara? Why are they saying this? Like, Mara, this thing, you can feel it, you know? So I went to the GP and the GP was like, no, Refilwe, this thing, it needs a sauna. Then he did the whole ortho thing. Then I went to take the sauna. Unfortunately, medical aid again. They was like, CC, we don't, okay, because after the sauna, there's like, no, we need a biopsy. Then the medical aid was like, no, even though they want the biopsy, go back to your GP so that he can authorize for the biopsy. I went back to the doctor, then we did the whole procedure thing. They were taking him back and forth, and I'm like, But how about medical aid? Get a doctor or I just admin people? What's going on? Because why are they taking things so slow that they need agency? You know? So with the kidneys again, with this one, it's like back and forth. And I was like, I'm done with this. I'm going home. Then August, it was May. August, I went back to them, 2022. And I was like, no, we need to fight this because of it doesn't sit well in my body and in my spirit as well. So the doctor wrote another authorization. I was like, I'm doing this for the second time now. Let's try. Maybe something will come up. Then we tried. Fortunately, they did the biopsy. Because this time we went via the surgeon. So they did the biopsy, but the medical aid, after the biopsy, they were like, nope, we are not paying for that. You are going to pay the biopsy. I think the biopsy test is about 4,000 for the lab ones, and then what do you call radiology? Ne? The doctor there, I think they also charged me 4.5. But bless the Lord, because of He knows how deep our pockets are. That doctor is like, I've seen you for the second time for the same thing. And then I see that you're struggling. And I see that the medical aid is giving you the up and downs. Please do not pay me. I'll do everything for free for you. So that's where I got the results, and unfortunately it was cancer. So they sent me to Dr. Solwane, who was presenting here in the morning. So Dr. Solwane, he was like talking, because I remember I was in the middle. Ne? It was my mom and my dad, and then he was talking. I didn't hear anything for the whole hour that he was talking. I was thinking a lot of things in my mind. Oh, cancer not curable, ne? How many days are left for me to live? I must go to Cape Town, ne? I must go somewhere. I must get a passport, ne? That's the things that I was thinking about. And we went to Cape Town. It's what before I knew. Remember, we went to Cape Town 2021. I found out 2022. So I'm like, my God, how? I'm only 30, Timos. Like, why? Then, in the midst of everything happening, the only thing that I remember the doctor said that day, you know how the devil plays with your mind, ne? It's very tricky. Remember, he has come, John 10:10, he has come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That's his aim. And then what he was stealing at first, it was my mind. Because of why out of the whole hour consultation with Dr. Solane, I only heard that if this thing, we cannot control it, then we are just going to manage it up until it takes you. And I was like, out of everything that he spoke about, that he explained about cancer and everything, why am I catching only this bad one? Out of everything good that he all said, That was the devil playing tricks now. So I didn't tell anyone. I told my mom not to tell anyone. But my mom went and told my cousin, for what I don't know. So I was like, no, don't tell anyone. Don't tell my grandmother. It was part. I don't want my grandmother to stress, But I did tell my uncle. I don't know. My uncle was told by me, or my mom did tell my uncle before and said, you must keep quiet, like he did with my cousin. So I told my uncle, now we need to pray. It's cancer now. So finding out that I have cancer, I'm thinking about, when you die, is it painful? What happens? Now I started having those thoughts, I'm not having the thoughts that, Refilwe, they haven't even told you the stage of the cancer yet, but you are already thinking about dying, So I just went into depression mode, and yes, I started being sick. Remember, I was not sick. So I started being sick after I was told that I have cancer. But from February, when I was feeling the lump, up until September, and remember I was diagnosed when I came back from my birthday celebration. My birthday was on the 24th of September, and I was diagnosed on the 26th of September, 2 days after my birthday. And I'm like, oh, maybe God wanted me to celebrate my birthday first. Then, those are the thoughts that I had. But fast forward, I did the whole treatment thing in October, the cocktail that I was telling you about. So the reason why I call it a cocktail and the nurse were calling it a cocktail is because of they have to mix it first, like a cocktail. So that's where the whole thing is coming from. So it's not the red devil that is coming and they're putting it here. They pour some things, they mix it first, the way you mix a cocktail. So they mix it like a cocktail, then they put it there, then they give it through to you by a drip, and then after then you're gonna be very nice and drunk, But others, they don't get drunk. So it depends on your body and your immune, how strong it is. But being drunk with the whole chemo thing, I was going for chemo today, tomorrow I'm going to work like nothing happened, and all my colleagues didn't know anything. Only Ausmabu knew what was going on from the start. But before I started with the chemo, here was the tricky thing. The doctor was saying that, Sisi, you are on TB medication. We cannot start with chemo. And I was like, Mara, I'm left with a month. Then I'll be done with the TB medication. Then it was like, Refilwe, do you want to risk it? And I was like, fine, let's risk it. I'm left with a month anyway. So I'll be done with TB medication. And we did. So I started my chemo in October, and I finished my medication, TB medication, in November. And nothing happened. I was fine. So I did the whole treatment thing, then I went for operation. Things got complicated there. When they were supposed to discharge me, then my kidneys failed. Then when my kidneys failed, like that, I went into ICU now. That's where the whole stress thing started now, even for my family. Because now I'm in ICU, it's the kidneys. Now I have to wake up for radiation, now go do dialysis, and then also go do the other things. They won't, it was a lot of things at the same time. Like when I wake up in the morning, I know that I wake up at 4 a.m., 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. I must be at dialysis. Then after dialysis for 4 hours, I must rush to Mulmed now to do, remember I'm driving myself. I must rush to Mulmed to do radiation. After rushing to radiation, that's where I can rest. I come back very tired at that point. So now this whole thing is weighing on me. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm really tired. Like I'm just a skinny person. Like, can one skinny person take all this? Like at the same time, one person will be depressed from only kidney failure, the other one from only breast cancer, the other from only one disease. But with me, they all came, 3 of them at the same time. And then I have to take like a heavy medication, So at the same time, everything was so stressful and so stressful to my mom and my siblings and my dad also, including my relatives also, including my friends. So when everything got so heavy on me, and now I was starting to be stressed out, with the faith that I have, I was like, I am so tired, So after, between the end of my radiation, I was left with a week to do radiation. Then I started shivering and all that, Then when I was shivering, Then I was like, yo, I'm feeling like I'm gonna die. Like it was so serious at the point that like literally I'm going to die. Then I told my cousin like, I feel like I'm gonna die. So this May, you guys are gonna bury me. That's what I told her. So I went to ER. They said like, you have infection. I'm gonna just give you medication. Then you'll be fine. But the following day, it got worse. Like I couldn't eat. I started vomiting. I had diarrhea. Like I had a lot of things. Then at that moment, I lost my mind. So after losing my mind, then now I was at the hospital behaving like a crazy person. 1 minute I want to sit on the bed, 2 minutes I want to go out. And you know the nurses at Moodmed, they are so nice, ne? They will leave you. Right? No, you can go. Then I would walk so slow, go to sit outside. 2 minutes, even not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes, I go back to the bed. At night, I stand up. During the dialysis, I want to pull those things. And I'm like, no, it means that I'm crazy. Ne? Matter why they are not telling me, because of everyone who's coming to see me, I can only see with their faces that they are not fine. It means that whatever that I'm going through, they are not fine. Busi will come here crying. How? My mom, she didn't even want to stay longer. You know, at Moonlight, you can stay the whole day, ne? But that time, my mom didn't want to stay even an hour. She just wanted to stay 30 minutes and go. It's like she didn't want to see me at that state. Sizwe would come and I'm like, how? Sizwe was like, please, Sisi, usaka, eat. Then he will feed me. 2 minutes after feeding me, vomit. Then he would like be teary and whatnot. And I'm like, why are all these people behaving that way? My uncle will come and I say, you're going to eat, now I'm going to pray. That's what is going to work. And I ate that day and I didn't vomit. And I was like, what's happening? And then you know, when you are at the bed state, ne, you'll see with your doctor that you are at the bed state. Because of Dr. Mashilwane was sick. He was in ICU and he got discharged. He was on sick leave. But when they told him my state, he got off the bed and he came to the hospital. And it was like, not with Refilwe. And what's wrong with you? And you can see with his face that this person is troubled. The doctor is troubled. Then after this whole fiasco and everything, then I went to see him for a checkup. Then he was like, I've never been this scared in my life. In the whole years of my experience as a doctor and as a specialist, you are the first patient that I saw that, you know what, this one is going. And that you can see. And it's not, they can see when you are going. So he was like, he was scared. I Refilwe, you are the first person to pull out. And I told myself that the way you are remaining, I'm not taking you to ICU. I'm leaving you to the medical ward. Because of at my state, they were supposed to take me to ICU. But he didn't. So I'm glad that, you know, the faith that he had in me when I lost all my hope. So he didn't lose that hope. And then it's a blessing, ne, to have a doctor that's not treating you alone, but also praying for you. It's a huge blessing. Trust me. Because of I would sit with him and then he will talk that, you know you're a fighter, ne? You need to fight. And he will tell me like, Fifi, you need to pray. You cannot be attacked by this all things and then you sit. And then you come to the doctors and say that doctors will cure you. You also need to pray on your own. You need to tell God, or what do you want to see with your life, you know? So it was a huge blessing to me, you know? Then the whole treatment went well. But guess what? After 5 months, not even after 5 years, after 5 months, the breast came back to the right now. The lump came back to the right. I was diagnosed. Remember that when it was breast cancer stage 3. Because now it came back to the other breast. Remember, now it has spread. But with me, it's not stage 4. It was not stage 4 because of it spread to the body now. But it was still localized because of it was still at the same location, which is the breast. So it was not the other organ. So basically, to explain it simple, I would say that I was on stage 3 again, but because of it has returned. So the doctor cannot say stage 3. Now it has to be stage 4. But the good thing is that it was only in the breast, not on the other parts of the organs. So he did the whole test again. When doing the whole test again, then and he told me that, Refilwe, do you want to, what do you want to do? That was Dr. Solani. It's like, no, let's do the same treatment again, you know. And he was reminding me that, remember now that you're going on for dialysis. So it's hectic. Now how we're going to do chemo while you're on dialysis, it's a tricky one now. I can't go back to my cocktails, you know, my mojitos and strawberry daiquiris, you know. So he was like, now I have to put you on the hormonal chemo, which is the tablets. Yeah, the tablets are expensive, guys. I've never seen an expensive tablet like that. So the doctor explained to me that that tablet, it's like 10,500 per month. And the injection was 4,000 something also per month. So the medical aid again, people from the medical aid, they were like, Sissy, your plan, it doesn't cover that. And then now is a time of urgency that, you know what, I need this treatment now. I don't want to lie, ne? Being sick on its own is a stress. But the financial strain that comes with being sick, it's a lot. Because where will I get 10.5 multiplied by 6? Because I have to be on this treatment 6 months. Then, you know, faith, ne? My dad took a loan for this, ne? And I went on a treatment only for 3 months. And it did shrink. And they were able to remove the breast. You know? And after removing the breast, they did the whole test again. Then they didn't find it anywhere else. So the doctor was like, yeah, you're a fighter, you know. You are really a fighter. And it's like, I'm not going to back down. You know, everything can happen, but I am not going to back down. I know that when I started this journey, I was weak. My faith was weak. But as I carried on with this journey, then I became stronger, you know. And then now I'm having people calling me, Fifi, we need your help. My sister was diagnosed and all that. I was like, can I go and do my medical degree, and then once be a doctor? Because of already, I can say the patients that I have, it's a lot. But I understand that it wasn't for me, honestly speaking. I had to go through it, but it wasn't for me. God wanted to make me a voice to a lot of women that are already going through this and they are thinking that they cannot beat this. It's just to tell you that you need to stand up, you need to rise. Because now, if you are sitting, and saying that I am going to die, this thing, it kills. And then you hear the doctor, right, When he started, he said what? Thank God today. You forgot? Thank you. He said, thank God today cancer can be cured. But what do? We get tired, we overthink, and then we lose hope. We don't even have faith. The doctor says that it can be cured. But your mind will tell you, cancer, bona, ya dubula lona na lona lona ya dubula lona. Kore nami izong dubula cancer, and it is dubula vela because of you are thinking that the cancer will dubula you, you know. So we need to come to a point that that's one thing that you need to know, that God didn't create an ordinary person. So He created Himself. He said that I am making a man in the likeness of who? Me. So if you're carrying the likeness of God, then and you're putting cancer above you, you better think about that again. That who is above? Is it me or is it cancer? So I'm believing that, the moment most of the patients, they start hearing the word cancer, they are killed by the stress and the depression. They are not killed by stress, they're by cancer. The tumor, no, it didn't kill them. Their own stress and depression, it killed them because of once you're stressing, you start not eating. Once you're not eating, you start being weak. When you are weak, you can't get medication. Remember, you can't go on chemo when your immune is down. If you go to chemo when your immune is down, chemo will kill you. Because of chemo makes your immune to even go down. And remember, when your white cells are down, masole a kgone go lwa pila. So that's why most of the people die. So I wish, that's why I created the Rise Up Foundation, because of my vision is to see women rising up. It's to see women knowing about these symptoms, knowing about what's happening in their body, because of we neglect our bodies too much. Like the doctors was saying that how can you be married and then the husband doesn't know that you have a limp? Like how? It's not possible. So the first person to know is the husband, So it shows that the ignorance that we have as a society, that we are very ignorant when it comes to other things. So we need to have knowledge. Because as it says in the Bible that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So we perish because of lack of knowledge, not because of what we are going through, but we perish because of lack of knowledge. And once you start not having knowledge, then you won't know what's going on with your own body. Like how can you carry a body and not knowing what's happening with your own body? This is your body. You must know if maybe there's something here, because you are the same person who bath yourself. So you need to know when you're bathing that, no man, there's something wrong. And then what do? Because of fear, we deny that, it's nothing. I'm just vomiting, Maybe kenala. But you might find out that it's something huge. But we ignore that because of what? We are thinking, oh no, it ke gala fela nje. So I'm here. I'm not gonna go deep, ne? I'm writing a book. I'm done. So everything else, the whole journey, it's there. That's why I don't want to go deep into this. So the deeper things are there, the relationships things, what happened, why Fifi is single and whatnot. It's in that book. Ne? So yeah. Because of it's extremely deep. I'm just like giving like the Snapchats, So what I went through, it's extremely very deeper than this, I went to, my self-esteem went to a zero. Because I would look at myself at the mirror, like, but I used to be beautiful. And who is this standing at the mirror? And I don't know that person. Like I would look at myself and it's like, I'm ugly. And my mom like, you are overthinking, you're fine. It's like, Mario, it looks like I'm ugly. You see, even the skin is getting darker because of my creatinine was high. So the skin would be darker. I was like, You remember I used to be light, but when but what happened? Creatinine was like up there because of the kidneys were not working, you know? But I thank God that in the midst of all, He showed me that He is still God and He doesn't change at this moment. And yes, I agree. God is still God and He doesn't change. So what I'm leaving you today with today is that, Hore, remember who you are. Remember where you're from. And then remember what you want to see with your life. So don't allow things to play over your head. It can be a sickness, it can be a stress, it can be anything. But don't allow it to play with you. Because of what I want to tell you is that God attacks the mind first before He can attack everything else. So once He gets your mind, you are gone. Once you see yourself as like you are poor, you are poor. Once you see yourself as like you are nothing, you are nothing. That's what He wants to destroy first. Then an hour, the rest is history. So don't allow the devil to play with your mind. Thank you.